Hey, is your life boring? It probably is. You know what's not boring though?
Alcohol!
You guys remember this game? I think it's still going on. I don't know. I haven't played since chapter 2. It's honestly kind of alright though. Like, Mascot Horror has been a bit of a mess in the past few years, but Poppy Playtime is honestly kind of cool. I like the mechanics, I like the graphics of it. It's all pretty cool. Though, as interesting as Poppy Playtime is, it can get a little bit tedious sometimes. The main mechanic of this game is the grab pack, and that's basically just this backpack with arms that you wear, and you can use it to push and pull stuff, and I thought that was boring, so I wanted to add alcohol to the game. Alcohol? How are you gonna add alcohol to the game? Well, lucky for you, I came up with the perfect solution. Each time you use the grab pack, it adds to a counter that progressively makes you more and more drunk. And there's 5 stages total to the drunkenness meter here. Starting off at the first stage, it's not really much. There's just a little buzz, nothing too bad. Stage 2, it starts to get a little more noticeable, but again, it's just really kind of a buzz. Stage 3 and beyond is where the challenge actually starts to come in, because stage 3, it becomes a lot more evident that you're pretty wasted. Also, I didn't know what more to add to this stage to make it interesting, so I basically just had it randomly display a foxy jump scare that covers the entire screen every now and then. Stage 4 is more of a warning for stage 5, because here your screen just gets a lot worse and your vision starts becoming much more compromised. And stage 5 is okay, listen, I don't really drink or anything, so I wasn't too sure on what it feels like to be totally wasted, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure this is what happens when people get like super drunk. So it just goes haywire and displays a bunch of random videos and images, and also you can barely see anything. And every now and then, the little pocket of vision that you do have left will just completely black out for a few seconds. Each sip you take wears off after about 30 seconds, but this really does stack up extremely easily, because while most of the game you aren't really using your grab pack constantly, there are definitely times where you are, and the more you click, the more it's gonna stay, because it's really easy to get super drunk, and it really sucks. Anyways, let's get drinking. Now, chapter 1 isn't really much of anything, because, I mean, it's like half an hour long, so you don't really utilize the grab pack much. You use it for some puzzles and to unlock some doors, but it was nothing significant enough to give me anything more than just a little buzz. So most that happened was just my screen being kind of yellow, and it wasn't really much of a bother. So, dude, I don't care. Just let me drink. Chapter 2 was the last Poppy Playtime chapter that I played, and that was like 3 years ago, so I didn't remember too much about it. I didn't remember it being too grab pack heavy, and for a good beginning of the chapter, it was barely being used, so I figured it'd be pretty smooth sailing. That's when I got to the first main challenge of the game, where you have to memorize a pattern and then subsequently press each button in the correct order. Also, by this point, I completely buffed the script that makes you drunk, so that it takes a much shorter time to get drunk, and so that you stay wasted for a much longer period of time, because there wasn't much going on, and I needed to like actually make interesting content to record. So, you know, regardless, I think you can imagine how that went.
Goodbye.
Oh my god, wait, I wasn't paying attention. Blue, yellow?
Goodbye.
I think I'm doing it right. I did not do it right. Because basically, I made this as overstimulating as possible, so if you couldn't tell, it's a little bit hard to follow the pattern being given to me when there's a million different things going on my screen and in my eardrums. It also didn't help with the fact that this was like 5 rounds long. I thought it was gonna end like after 3 max, and then it just kept going. What do you mean run for it? Violet, white, orange? Stop doing things, stop. This is so bad. Violet, white, orange, blue. But after 5 rounds, somehow, I miraculously survived. It also took a long time to wear off, so a lot of the tension and dialogue was completely ruined by me being wasted.
Goodbye. You've got mail. Goodbye. Goodbye.
After that, I was chilling though, because I didn't remember any other challenges like that, so I was fine, except for the one challenge where I have to be in a dark room and play whack-a-mole for several minutes. Guess how that one went? Nope, who's attacking? Who's attacking? Who's attacking? Who's attacking? Who's attacking? Am I okay? I don't think I'm okay. Wait, no, someone's...
You got mail.
Luckily after that though, there was no more grab pack intensive challenges, so the rest of the chapter was pretty alright. It was mainly just a light buzz here and there. The boss fight wasn't bad at all, honestly, because I didn't use the arms much. And I mean, I did die several times during the boss fight, but that's just because I'm bad at the game. But overall, first 2 chapters, not too bad. I mean, it didn't go great, but it could have been much worse. Because I mean, those chapters aren't really that long, so there's only so much that you have to do. So after that, I decided to buy chapter 3 because I saw that there was like 4 different hands that you have to use in the game for whatever reason. So I was very curious if that one was doable because it looked a lot more difficult and it ended up being like double the length of both chapters combined. And trust me, it sucked. The first 2 chapters definitely helped me prepare for this though, because I became a lot more aware of the fact that I have to really be as sparing as possible with my hand usage instead of just clicking everything as fast as I can a million times. Similarly to chapter 2, there were a few specific sections that were just infuriating to deal with. The first section was where you're at the schoolhouse, and some context for this part. The main objective is to like power on some gas chambers or something, and you gotta redirect gas in one chamber to a different chamber, and you have to power that on via backup generators in different buildings across the map. The first was some weird freaky house. This is where we meet some crazy ass girl who chases us whenever our eyes are taken off of her. So I have to run around the map powering different things all while keeping my eye on her. I have to open doors with my little electricity hand, and then there's this big room with a bunch of doors that are battery powered, and I have to place the batteries where they need to go and retrieve a bunch of different batteries to open the final door. And I had this so easy because when I first got to this area, she must have glitched out because she just was not following me at all. And by this point, I was so drunk. There was so much going on my screen, and I was a little scared, so I admit I cheated a little bit. I paused the game so I could get my drunkenness a little bit lower. Last time I did that because that bit me in the ass the second I unpaused. Oh my god. I'm killing myself. I'm actually gonna kill I was very done with this game by this point, if you couldn't tell. And what made me so mad about it is that I had to go all the way back to the beginning of the section with her. Oh my god, you were kidding. Where she wasn't glitched out, so I had to actually do the game normally. Tragic. I have to actually play the game properly. After that section, you go to some weird play area and some freakazoids chase you. Then more puzzles, blah 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 blah. Before you know it, guess what? I'm at the final boss, and I'm trapped in this area where I have to fend him off for a few minutes until I can get these like super electricity powers and then kill him. So there are a few main issues that I had with this section. One, I was running at like 10 frames a second in this area, which again, that's my fault, but it still pissed me off. 2, basically this boss battle is like the Five Nights at Freddy's office. That's basically what this is. He approaches you from different locations, but you're tweaking, so you gotta shoot flares into these areas and these hallways to make sure that he's actually there. And if he is there, you gotta either use a battery or your electricity hand to activate your defenses and scare him away. Or if he's above you, you gotta close his hatch to make sure that he doesn't get in. I'm pretty sure though you can imagine that this was not the most fun section because I'm using my grab pack a lot here. I'm sitting in a dark room having to use every game mechanic at once, where I have to shoot a bunch of flares, jump on top of things, open gates, power stuff with my electrical hand, put batteries into the wall, take batteries out of the wall, which sometimes takes several times to do because there's a cooldown on when I can take the batteries out. So to no surprise, I'm getting pretty drunk. But trust, I got this. Yo, I'm low-key cooked. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm killing myself.
Welcome.
Nope.
Goodbye.
Did I do it? I think I did it. Oh my god. I'm so drunk. I don't know what's happening. I did it. I did it. I did it. I killed the spooky monster and everybody had a happy ending. Everything went great after that section of the game. Everybody was happy. The game's over. There's no more chapters. It's all done. Overall, doable. So in conclusion, get drunk at work. You will be fine. Quote me on that. Get drunk at work. Go outside, get in your car.